Welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I'm Jordan, and today we are going to look at Bruichladdich Port Charlotte 10-year. If you're not familiar with Bruichladdich as a distillery, it's an Islay distillery. They got a lot of really good stuff. This is the first one that I've done a review of. Hoping to do a review of some of the other ones. I can get my hands on a couple, like the Classic Lottie and trying to think of some of the other ones. Can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but there's maybe like 2 or 3 different varieties I can get here locally. Could not get the Port Charlotte. This one was a little bit harder to hunt down. Picked that up at the Total Wine and Spirits in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And where is it? And it was a little bit spendier, $62.99. But it was on my hit list, one that I wanted to make sure that I was able to get. So I went out of my way to purchase this. So as always, it's an Islay, like I said, distilled, matured, and bottled, non-chilled, filtered, and no coloring added to it. So it's Port Charlotte, heavily peated Islay single malt whiskey. Yeah, I'm not going to read too much on there because I don't like reading stuff. But check out the inside of that. Oh, I don't know. Can you see that? Like, it just looks cool. I guess you can't really see it too well. When you look into it, I don't know if it showed up on camera, but it has this yellow kind of corrugated cardboard around the outside. So when you look down into it, that reflects off the bottle, so you kind of get this three-dimensional look to it, and it looks, I don't know, it looks like just the top of the bottle kind of is just sticking out of oblivion there. It's pretty cool. Super awesome bottle. The bottle's embossed here with Islay single malt, Port Charlotte, Progressive Herberdine. I don't even know distilleries. Yeah, so I don't know much about that. 50% ABV, so 100 proof. Islay single malt. 10 years in oak casks. Okay, I'm just rambling at this point, but trying to cover up some of the noise that you can hear going on upstairs. That would be my wife and son playing around with the dog, most likely. So a 10-year-old with no color added. So if you looked at some of those other cheaper whiskeys that I've reviewed here now, when it comes to, like, I just did the Islay Gold or the Smoky Joe or any of those, a 10-year-old whiskey on Islay tends to be fairly light in color. Not always, but most often. And so if it's not, there's a good chance that there's a little bit of coloring added to that, because you can do that in Scotland. But yeah, let's just dive right into this. I've been rambling enough now. Now on the nose, I got hit with like a cherry and a smoke right away, which is weird because I doubt that there's any cherry in there. And it wasn't finished in like a sherry cask or anything like that, so there shouldn't be any dark fruits really. But I'm getting some dark fruits, some mineralized seaside brine. Just the ever so slight amount of peat smoke in the nose. And the nose keeps changing. Oh, what the heck is that smell? Some kind of a fruit or vegetable. I can't quite put my finger on what it is. Hopefully it comes to me here. I know that smell, but I can't come up with it right now. Anyways, wow, now that time I almost got some dark fruit, like a raisin almost. Oh, it's it's olives. So like Clamato olives or like some green olives. Next time you open up a jar of olives, stick your nose in there. And that's what I'm getting, you know? You can get that salty brininess of the olive plus the greenness of the olive in there. That is exactly what I'm picking up. Interesting. Okay, and that last time I got like a black olive almost. That is what that is. Interesting. All right, so on the taste. Okay, so that's a very interesting flavor profile. So heavily peated. It is, so even if it is heavily peated, they must not be going deep into their cuts, into those tails, because the smoke is not really present, and I'm actually not even getting a ton of like peat, soil, earthiness to it. Get a good amount of seaside brine, saltiness on the lips, back of the palate. A lot of sweet notes in there. Some really rich butterscotch, caramel. There's a vanilla in there that's kind of splashing around. I'm guessing that's coming from the oak. Oh man, and like this salty sweetness is just lingering in the aftertaste. That, boy, it's almost comical. That time when I stuck my nose in there, my mind, now it's July 2nd today, so maybe I got fireworks on the brain, but my brain immediately went to the smell of fireworks, kind of that burnt powder, sulfur, yeah, like it smells like a sparkler, or sorry, like a fountain just went off, or a black cat. That's interesting. Okay, let me see if I can pick apart this flavor profile a little bit more, get some specifics on it. Okay, that time to start with, got a little bit of smoke and oak up front. It moves into kind of a sweet vanilla and honey, and then it just kind of gets lost for a half a step, and then comes back with salt and brine and a sweet caramel coming in. Now we're back to kind of the original nose with olive and minerals. That time it was like a chocolate forward. The mouthfeel is slightly heavier and oilier than all the other whiskeys I've been trying up to this point, from all the other Islas I've been trying to this point. So it kind of clings a little bit to start with, and then it dries out, and you kind of get some of that olive brine in there, like if you drank some of the olive juice. Boy, it just keeps changing. A lot of really interesting characteristics in there, and like every nosing has kind of been slightly different, but every sip has been completely different. Oh yeah, like chocolate and caramel. So like it was almost like you ate like a sea salt chocolate covered caramel, and then that smoke. So and then it finishes with brine and sweet. So the one thing that presented the same start to finish was that smoke came through. There was like some sort of a sweet note, and then boom, the smoke hit. A little bit of ash on the back end of the smoke, and then went into sweet. So none of the whiskeys I've had to this point, including this one, have that savory meatiness that like a Lafroig or an Ardbeg have presented with. They've all been like campfire smoke and sweet elements. Yeah, definitely let me know what you think of this. I'm a big fan of this one. This was worth the $62.99 I paid for it. Again, Port Charlotte 10-year from Bruichladdich. A really, really good whiskey. Let me know what you can find it for in your area, or if you have any experiences with it. If you haven't already, please consider smashing that like button, hitting the notification bell, subscribing to the channel. As I've said, on YouTube, these videos drop every Saturday. On this particular video, even though it is July 2nd that I'm shooting this video, I've been uploading them. This won't drop until like February 2022. But hopefully you guys have been entertained by this. If you do write a comment, I've been trying to get back to everybody on it and engaging with you. I love to hear what you have to say about, you know, the whiskey or my videos or pretty much anything. Even if you're running me down, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. I could care less on that. But, you know, I like hearing what you have to say, see if I can steer and move and jive with the channel here. So go ahead and please make a comment. And, yeah, I think that's all I got to say about that. As always, thanks for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Videos to come. So the next two, let's see, I got 4 more whiskeys to do. We got the Lagavulin 11-year Nick Offerman second release Guinness cask finish whiskey to do. Looking forward to that one because that one's extremely delightful. And then I also picked up a Lagavulin 8, which I can't get either of those locally. And then I got 2 Ardbegs. I got the Ardbeg Wee Beastie 5-year, and then the Ardbeg Ugadal, which, if you haven't had any of those before, I highly encourage you to pick those up. When I do the review of those, they're pretty mind-blowing. As far as like those compared to the Ardbeg 10, they're just so different. One of them is very like chocolatey, sweet goodness, along with the peat and like a savory meat, like Christmas ham, kind of like a honey ham. Yeah, there's just all kinds of good stuff coming up. So in order to really appreciate those and do a very good job of reviewing those independently and not crossing flavors, I'll do the 2 Ardbegs on the same day, but I'll review, they will be 2 separate videos. And then same with the Lagavulins, I will review those on the same day but separately, so that those will be 2 different videos. And then that will kind of round things out. So I got 3 Laphroaigs in my collection now. Once I review those, I'll have 3 Ardbegs, the Ardbeg 10, the Wee Beastie, which is a 5-year, and the Ugadal. And then Lagavulin, I have 3 as well. I have the Lagavulin 16, the 11 Nick Offerman edition, and then the 8. And so I'm pretty excited about all those. Hopefully you are too. Let me know what you think about all that. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have yourselves a great day, as always, and we'll catch you in the next video.